Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. Ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? 1 second when you're going live. You know how I do, like, yo, testing 1, 2. You know what I mean? Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich. Popovich TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question really is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews, sometimes Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mines in today. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you usher and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash the notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, you know how I do. You know how I like to start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. And we is in the end game, people, because Ray LaTa, that's the person who I was trying to think of the other day in the other show. And I was like, damn, what's the dude, you know what I mean, that played in the Goodfellas, and I couldn't think of his name. But unfortunately today, he has, I think it is today, or maybe it was last night. Don't quote me on that. But nonetheless, you know, the critical acclaim actor from Goodfellas, obviously from the baseball movie. Like, he played in a lot of movies, you know what I mean? But what was one of my favorite movies, and I think what was a lot of iconic and favorite movies for a lot of people, was Goodfellas. And even though he wasn't like the most well-known actor, I think it would have to be Robert De Niro. But really, the story was about him, and I mean, he narrated the story, and obviously that's one of the best mobster movies, or movies about the mob, that I liked and enjoyed watching mad times. So many one-liners, and just the story was crazy. But they say he lost his life at 67, and he died in his sleep. Go figure. I mean, you hear any noise and all that. It's hot. Window was open. I didn't put my AC in yet. Try to like reserve, you know what I mean? And wait till like it get real hot. Like when it's Kevin Bacon outside. Right now we just still deal with the cool, with the wind blowing. You know what I mean? Open up both windows from the house and let the shit just blow through. But anyways, so if you hear any shit, it's coming from outside. But anyway, condolences to his family. May he rest in peace, and may the Most High have mercy. You know what I mean? We don't know what he was like in the real life. Obviously, as an actor, he was a great actor. You know what I mean? One of the best for the roles that he played, and things of that nature. But yeah, he died in his sleep, they say. And I would say that's one of the best ways to go out. On this channel, we talk about, obviously, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video, and all that shit out of here, your acting career is over, all them Grammy Awards and all that, Oscars, all that shit's out of here. And that shit don't mean nothing when you gotta go to the next life. So, May Allah have mercy and condolences to his family. So we in the end game for that because every day, somebody gonna die. And like they said, niggas die every day, B. People legacies is not always remembered and it's not always revered. Like, you know what I mean? You can't get overlooked. In fact, when I was in the gym working out today, me and my workout partner, shout outs to Grizzle and shit. He was like, you right, Lee. Niggas ain't even talking about K-Slay like that. And I keep bringing him up only because he was one of the most recent, people that we lost in the hip hop, and obviously Jewels from Death Row. So rest in peace to both of them as well. But like I said, not being funny, not trying to disrespect the dead at all. My point was, for some of us, once the casket drop, that's it. Like your funeral, your family, your close loved ones and relatives, people that rock with you, maybe a comrade or two, they're going to come pay their respects. And then in their daily lives, obviously they may remember you, you know what I mean? Just because they ain't posting you on the gram or every throwback Thursday, today is Thursday, happy Thursday, you know what I mean? Even though it's Friday night now because it's after 12, but you know what I mean. Just because they're not posting every weekend or every throwback Thursday, flashback Friday, don't mean that they are not thinking of you in their private lives and in their everyday activity, because I have loved ones that I lost that I think about all of the time. I just ain't posting it, for the gram and doing it for the gram. But outside of that, for the people that's more famous, have more notoriety, they can be forgotten about, and some more than others. So I just wanted to point that out because we all have an expiration date. We don't all know when. And some of us will be remembered longer than others or talked about because of the impact that we left behind will last long and people will carry that on. But we also in the end game because, DiddY run the city. P. Diddy run the city. Frank the Crook from the book, you know what I mean? Biggie Smalls, who, I just, you know what I mean? We just celebrated his birthday on the 21st with my nephew, you know what I mean? B.I.G. G.I.E. a.k.a. B.I.G. Get it? Biggie. You know what I mean? And I just got my new joint today. Yeah, kid. You know what I mean? I ain't even busted out the box yet. Who that right there? Because the boys in the hood is always hard. Come talking that shit, now pull your car. It's the Easy E right here for you, baby. You know what I mean? The Easy E, straight out of Compton. You know what I mean? I'm going to crack that open soon. But anyway, we in the end game because DiddY came out recently. Obviously, I guess it was around the time Big birthday, so obviously Big is always going to be remembered. Top 5 dead or alive for a lot of us, you know what I mean? Obviously, when I was in Baltimore, copped the chips with Big, you know what I mean? Even though I'm on my smoothie challenge, smoothie detox, and today is the 11th day, tomorrow's the last and final day. Been doing good and feeling great. You know what I mean? I might actually extend it. But anyway, he came out recently on Clubhouse, and Jay-Z was on there too. So it was Jay-Z, I guess Fat Joe, a couple of other people. And, they talking hip-hop. These are the heavyweights of hip-hop. So I missed it because I'm not on Clubhouse. I seen it on the other channel. And y'all know I be running through these YouTube streets, running across these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never. So I seen it on the hip-hop podcast, you know what I mean? And, DiddY was saying that, telling Hov, pretty much giving him his flowers, saying like, yo, after Big died and Pac died, you did a good job of filling the void and filling the shoes. Those is his words. So, on the other channel, it was like kind of disrespectful, it was kind of foot in the mouth, and, he disagreed, even though while he was disagreeing with Puff, he was saying a lot of people was probably going to disagree with him, and I'm one of them. And that's you. And this is why I disagree for a few reasons. One, it's another thing that that Puff said that he didn't like. He said obviously he was with Big. That was his artist. He was signed to him, Bad Boy. Take that. So obviously him and obviously the people that probably was there on the day-to-day activities in the studio, around this whole Bad Boy, era time. You know what I mean? They can attest to how Big was, what he was doing, who he liked, who he didn't like, his true feelings on certain people if he revealed them to them. And Puff was saying like, yo, he really admired you, Jay. He really like, I don't believe he said looked up. I think he said admired. So he was like on the other channel, I don't know how true that is because they was like competition. They seen each other as competition. So these is my thoughts on that before I get to the other, the other headlines and the thumbnail. You know what I mean? I would say that he probably looked up to Jay in this sense. Like Jay came into the game, as he said, if this is to be true, and they both from Brooklyn. Brooklyn! He said came into the game with 100 grand flat. 9 to be exact, from grinding G packs. Put the shit in motion. Ain't no rewinding me back. Can make 40 off a brick, but one rhyme could beat that. And if somebody would have told him that Hov would sell clothing, not in this lifetime, wasn't in my right mind. That's another difference that's between me and them. They trying to get them ones, trying to get them M's. 1 million, 2. Y'all know the rest, you know what I mean? He was hustling. And according to him, friend to foe, like out of town, like, and I guess I gotta let you know, I need those keys, and I promise you, no matter the weather, don't you ever come around here no more. Like, if he was about that life, then yeah, he had one up on Big, like a lot of rappers. That's why he made Imaginary Player. Niggas can't be faded. And y'all, and the rhymes come easily when it comes to talking about Hov, because Hov is, in my opinion, the second best rapper. First rapper is Nas. That's why I got him. And obviously at one point it was Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. But to the untimely demise of Big and his passing, no longer could be in the top 5, because the music you got, although it's aged like fine wine, you don't have no more body of work to put up against the newer bodies of work. And then when you're talking about like a Nas or a Hov who's working on 10 albums, you know what I mean, so many albums, dare I say, a lot of them classic albums, a lot of classical verses, a lot of remixes, a lot of, pouring into the culture. You can't compare no more. You know what I mean? It's like at one point in time, you was right there, if not better. A lot of people was saying Big was the best. And then Hov or Nas Hov Big. And Ghost and Ray may have had some quorums, and a lot of other, rappers and stuff may have had something to say. But the overall consensus for the hip hop heads of that time was those 3. And then obviously as time, passes, things change. So I could say maybe Big looked up to him in that sense. Like I came in with my label. We came in the game like record execs and people, they didn't want to give us no business. They didn't want to do business with us. So we carved our own way out, and we did it our way. Where Big came in the game, shopping for demos, trying to rhyme, got to get signed and do all that. Like Hov didn't get signed. He came in as a partner. So that's something to look up to. That's something to say, nah, he did it better than me. And then not only that, but the songs that they rhymed on for the short period of time that they rhymed, I Love the Dough. They both held it down. Sometimes you be like, Big did better. Sometimes you listen again, you're like, oh, nah, Hov was better. You know what I mean? On Brooklyn's Finest, sometimes you like Big did it better. Sometimes you like, nah, Hov did it better. And so you go back and forth. You be like, it's a tie. So it's not like when they was there together, and then when you look at the bodies of work, Jay-Z first album, classic. Nobody's going to argue with that. And obviously Big first album, classic. Nobody's going to argue with that. What Big get credited for, and why a lot of people reference him the way they do, and dare I say, you know what I mean, want to come to fisticuffs. Some niggas get emotional about this hip-hop shit. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is deeper than rap. Blessings to the Kish. You know what I mean? Blessings to Kish. You know what I mean? What's up, baby? A lot of people get a little riled up. Like Bill O'Reilly, you only riling me up when it comes to this rap shit. And just quick note, because this is my show, and we don't have no set format. I do what I want over here. And that's why the people that rock with me, I fucks with you, because y'all like the fact that I do that. Up north, you see mad niggas getting into hip-hop beefs and, not hip-hop beefs. That's between 2 rappers. Hip-hop debates, real heated debates. And niggas want to come to the fist over who's the best rapper and shit. But I'm saying that to say this. Big is credited because when Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, NWA, when the West Coast had this shit like in the Cobra chokehold, he came out, even though you had, the Coogee Raps and the other people over here on the East. When he came out with the Ready to Die album, that did shift the coach, even though Nas came out at that time too. Nas out 94, both came out in 94. But he didn't get although his album is a classic as well, let's be clear. Jay-Z first album, Big first album, Nas first album, all classics. All classics. Jay-Z's second album, not a classic, even though you could look back at the body of work now and say he had some gems on there, which he did. But it wasn't a classic. Big second album, obviously, double CD, Life After Death, classic. Nas' second album, It Was Written, classic, yeah, classic. I'm only saying that to say, although they was out at the same time in this era, and for a lot of you new niggas, like some of y'all new niggas, y'all some new niggas, Rick Ross reference, y'all don't know about that. Y'all gotta probably, that's like a go back and dig in the crates era. You know what I mean? Like, let me go and dig in the crates and see what's going on. What they talking about? Like, what we talking about? We talking about fiction or we talking about facts? Talking about fiction. Hold up, pardon my back. You know what I mean? And looking tight right as we, you know what I mean, stay in that gym. Big is ultimately credited for bringing the East back, bringing the East Coast sound back to having everybody joint rock out, and then obviously after that, I'm gonna say the Purple Tape, which I quote all the time, which would be Ray and Go. Shout outs to Staten Island. Wu-Tang love the kids. Yeah, Wu-Tang love the kids. That's why he's considered the best, or people still hold him. And obviously, you run into any Brooklynite, they may still think Big is the best, but I don't, because his body of work is only 3 albums, or if you want to keep it a buck, 2 albums, really just a double CD. Hove got Reasonable Doubt, Hard Knock Life, Blueprint 1, Black Album, 444, like too many albums, that's classic albums. Streets is Watching, you know what I mean? Where he put all of the videos on, then 50 Cent did the same thing, you know what I mean, for his what album he did the videos for? Oh, Massacre, the Massacre album. All videos, Copy and Hove. So that's why he's credited for that. So in that sense, I could see Big looking up or admiring the fact that this is some hustling nigga from Brooklyn like me, you know what I mean, who was out of town getting money, dealing with bricks and all that according to him. And other people have, what's the word? Verified this, you know what I mean? I wasn't around, I don't know Hove, you know what I mean? Say that he was doing what he was doing. You know how like 50 Cent said, these rappers kill me when they talk about bricks but only dealt with dimes. See them in the street, they say they got a fast car, NASCAR, truck with the dash bar. See them in the street when the 5 with stock rims. I just laugh, Paul, like niggas is lying. And that's why Hov said, those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? So this is a nigga who, you know what I mean, like yours CD 99 cent, mine's $4. And even was talking to Nas like, I know who I paid, y'all. Searchlight Publishing. Use your brain. You said you been in this 10. I've been in this 5. Smarten up, Nas. 4 albums in 10 years. Oh, I could divide. That's one every say 2. 2 of them shits was due. The other was Illmatic. That's one hot album every 10-year average. And that's so late. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shit is easy. But these is the heavyweights of the game. But I'm only just saying that maybe Big was looking up to him in that sense, on the business sense. Like he came in with his shit legit, came in with his own bread, came in with some Harlem niggas, you know what I mean, Dame, and they had their shit together. And they didn't come in looking for no handouts. They did everything on their own. Whereas you got to get the deal. You got to respect that. You have to. Especially if you aspiring to be your own boss. When you see somebody doing some shit that you want to do, you aspire to do, you shouldn't look at them with jealous and a jealous eye. You should be, you know what I mean, take notes, you know what I mean? Take notes. You can learn something and then follow suit. Now let's get to the void factor. Because this is another thing, like, you know, Pac come from the Black Panthers and woo. And yeah, we know Pac history. Some of us anyway, not all of us, a lot of young niggas that probably don't know. And I understand. Because we living in the now. And Pac don't got no relevant music out now. Even though, just like Big, he also is revered. And at one point in time as well, Pac was considered top 5. And a lot of people got Pac number 1. I never did. Although I thought he gave great passion, great energy, delivery and flow was good. Like you could tell, you know what I mean, that he was about his business. But when you, lyrical wise, I always had a little problem with that. Like it was always like the lesser of Big, Hove, Nas. You the lesser, you know what I mean? You ain't really come with the lyrical smiracle, and you had bars, and you know, obviously Pac is a great artist, musician, rapper, you know, whatever you want to categorize him as. I'm not saying that he not. So I'm fully giving him his flowers. I love Pac. I quote his rhymes too. You know what I mean? And he got classic albums under his belt. Still, I never seen him as a lyrical nigga. And to me, the reason why, you know, what makes an MC or the best artist or whatever, obviously, it's flow, it's delivery, it's storytelling ability, it's, you know, metaphors, and it's delivery, and it's lyrical ability. You have to have lyrical ability. Like B-I-G-G-I-E, a.k.a. B-I-G. Get it? Biggie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have that. If you don't have that as an artist, you know, you get overlooked. You won't be, in my book, you won't be considered the top dogs. You have to have lyrical ability. So I rock him, Coogee Rap, Big Pun. You know what I mean? That's why Snoop, even though he got a classic album and he was part of the West Coast, you know, dominance, he never was considered lyrical. Never was considered like some lyrical. You're going to get on Jada's lyrical. You know what I mean? Like, certain niggas is lyrical. It's like, oh, nah, when you get on the track with him, they're going to eat you alive. You're going to sound like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't belong on the track with them. That's why when they come on and they sound the same with that down south and straightening, don't know nothing straight, but straightening. I was like, what? When I come on like J-A-D-A, I got beef with the feds and the D-A. I got the game on press replay. You know what I mean? Like, when you hear certain bars, it's like, oh, these niggas is on another level. But I'll say this, as far as filling the gap or filling the void. When he was like mentioning Pac about you know, the Black Panthers, and his lyrics had more substance, that's what I was looking for too. Because he did. He felt the void in the fact that if you take Hove away, like Pac died in 96, I was on Rikers. Then Big died in 97, I was in Comstock, like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Fucked up years for me. 40 niggas on the back of the bus, 40 of us. Life is a shorty, shouldn't be so rough. And that's a Wu-Tang reference, you know what I mean? Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Life was rough then. So all this, at this time, you see them fall off. When you take Hove away, what do you have? Like, what do you have? Again, he put, like he said, nobody held it down for six straight summers. Nobody did it quite like I did it. You know what I mean? If you had it, I did it before. Got mad at it and don't want it no more. And that goes for everything from flipping that raw, flipping vocals, flipping vocal chords. Don't get it twisted, get it right. Did it better, did it, you know what I mean? Like, did the impossible, then did it twice. Yeah, lyrics. Lyrics to go. Tribe Called Quest. Lyrics to go. He filled the void. Jumping on Juvenile and, you know what I mean, the remix to the, you know what I mean, that's you when getting bends, huh? You out there fucking your old lady friends, huh? Like, he did so much to jumping on Aaliyah, you know, when Aaliyah passed, you know what I mean? Like, he filled that void in the sense of giving us good music. That's how he filled the void. Not trying to take Tupac, fill his void or fill his shoes, because you know who did that? Yeah, 97, 98. Oh, who came out there? Right, DMX, rest in peace to the dog. He came out in the blood cover, and then it was like niggas done jumped from Pop. You know what I mean? Machiavelli last album, even though he came out with albums after that, post death. But it was X, and then X dropped 2 albums in the year's frame. First artist to do it still to this day. To go platinum with both artists. I mean, with both albums topping the charts in his first year. Came out with It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Then came out with Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. You know what I mean? Classic albums too, by the way. He gave us classic song. He really filled the Pac void, even though he didn't like the comparisons and wanting to be compared to Pac. And then you could say, Ja came out and kind of fitted that thug, you know, I'm gonna love you with thug passion and all that. Hov was on some hustle, come out, you know what I mean? And I'm speaking for the hustlers, niggas that's getting money, niggas that been getting money. Like, you know what I mean? Catch me at the table, you know what I mean? At a G-up. So ain't no fraud willies gambling they re-up, and we can have a pleasant time sipping margaritas. Chill. Can I live? Like, you know what I mean? He filled that void of giving us good music. But that's what I got. You know what I mean? That's my smoke for the hip hop channel. You know what I mean? Hip hop news channel. And when it's hip hop, it's all selective. So it ain't no real, you know what I mean? It ain't no real right or wrong as far as it's just opinion. Some of it could be a little more based in facts. far as what the numbers or what the overall consensus of the people say. You know what I mean? A lot of people still got Big #1, but a lot don't, like myself. And that's because, you know, you're not here no more. People always say the argument of like, well, if he still was here, who knows who was here? You know what I mean? Jay-Z's second album, it wasn't a dud, but after Reasonable Doubt, it was like, now he had, you know, Sunshine on there, Marcy, like he had bangers on there, but it still wasn't critically acclaimed or looked at as the Reasonable Doubt. Then you got Nas came out with 2 classics back to back for you, like, yeah. Then I Am wasn't looked at like that, even though I Am is one of my favorite albums. You know what I mean? So you have duds, or you have less than stellar work. Who knows how many more albums Big would have came out if he would have came with, he thought he created the best. After he did that, the last album he did, when you watch the movie and you see the documentary, you hear him like after he did Sky's the Limit, you know what I mean? That song with 112, he's sitting in the studio like, I did it. You know what I mean? This is the best body of work that I could come up with. It's like, nah, you got to come with more, Big. You're going to have to come with more. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he wouldn't have. I'm just saying you don't know how it would have turned out. People always say, what if? Yeah, what if he was here and Hov still would have take away the references of my boy died and all I did was inherit his stretch. Just take away the little Big references. Hov, his body of work is still crazy. Crazy. So we got to see what Big would have done. Obviously came out with 2 classic albums, one of them being a double LP. But would he have made 7 classic albums? 10 classic albums? Who knows? And then now, if he's still alive, that means, oh, I got competition still. Hov, Nas, that means they stepped their shit up too. So everybody stays, you know what I mean? You can't just say, if he was here, he would have smacked niggas around. I think that's doing a disservice to Nas. I think that's doing a disservice to Hov and all the other rappers that was around too. You know what I mean? You got to say other rappers with them like, oh, nah, Big is killing this shit. We got to continue to kill this shit too. Maybe Ghost and Ray would have stayed more instead of falling back a little bit after they came with the Purple Tape. You know what I mean? And obviously Ghost got classics under his belt too. Supreme Clientele, Iron Man, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get to some other shit though. Because today's show is like a flashback to the future type show. That's why you see the thumbnail say 30 years later, no, 10 years later, 33. You say, damn, what you talking about? We're going to talk about this shit right now. But first, let's talk about 2 years later, or damn near 2 years later, still average at best? What? Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. He just passed, but unlike other people that just passed, his name still circulating like crazy. It's almost like he ain't even gone. You know what I mean? And rest in peace to his family. I mean, condolences to his family. And obviously, rest in peace to the self-proclaimed Godfather. But when you go on YouTube and you go on social media, I still see the presence. I still see videos. It's like from the grave, he reached out, smacked Vivica Fox, psh, 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 smacked B. Simone, psh, psh, psh. Like just smacking people left and right, even though he gone. And that's because he like the Tupac of YouTube, if you ask me, so far. Somebody may outwork him, but his body of work is crazy. He got tons of hours of videos where we can go watch. But anyway, the average at best video, which is, I think I followed them maybe a few videos before that. Then I think I either watched that live or I watched the back play. But I seen it like y'all in real time, meaning like I was here when like, oh shit, this nigga just called the average at best. And I watch his views and the haters come out of nowhere. And ever since then, he just took off like a rocket. And normally that's what happens when the haters come out. And you can hate me now, like, you know what I mean? Hate on me, hate the money I see, clothes that I buy, ice that I wear, flows that I try. Close your eyes, picture me rolling, sixes, money folding, bitches, honey that's swollen, riches, Nas get in ya. That's a Nas and DiddY reference. You can hate me now. You watch the hate and you watch the ascension of Kevin Samuels. Other YouTubers mad. And the thing is why I realized too that he passed, a lot of niggas just was jealous. Like put the women aside. We know they in their feelings. We know they emotional. Carl Thomas. I'm emotional, you can't let go. But the niggas, the dudes, a lot of niggas was jealous of him. That he was maybe having the same talking points or, you know what I mean, same manosphere rhetoric for the most part. But he did it on a level that they didn't do, so they was mad. That's really what it really boils down to, and it's just jealousy. And we see, like, you know what I mean, what the nigga was, and in the Billy movie eating the motherfucking banana, and you mad niggas getting money. It's like, yeah, gonna drop a dime. This the illest nigga in Nebraska. We gonna drop a dime on him. They really just was hating on the sideline. I mean, like, you not in the game. You know what I mean? You on the sideline and you're mad. Now let's talk about this Jessica. I don't know her last name, but I know her name is Jessica. And like I said, like a lot of y'all, I seen when he was like, man, rate yourself, fresh out the shower, no makeup, I mean, like, dress size. And she pretty much said she was a 5. And the whole world came for him. All the women and a lot of suck-ass niggas, you know, and they feelings, disrespecting the black woman like that, woo, 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 But when I watched it, I didn't view it like that. Plus, that wasn't his opinion of her. That was her own opinion of herself. Yeah, Nicki Minaj, rate yourself. Can't use 7. 7. 7. I mean, that's her own opinion. He didn't rate her 5. He asked her to rate herself. And when she said what she was, he said, ma'am, you're just average. You're average at best. And a lot of us is average. And even the ones that want to be more than average are just average. And I get it, you're confident, you're feeling yourself, and nobody really want to, you know, feel like you average, so like the rest of the people. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's pretty much what he was saying. You're average, you deserve an average person. Be with somebody average. Be happy. Instead of chasing a fantasy and a dream, and you're going to get unrealistic results. It's not going to happen for you, and you're not going to be happy. And she's never had, like, that's you. She went on another dating show after that. Come to find out, the lady that was interviewing, and I don't know her name, because I don't go and dive and stuff like that. Y'all could go Google that shit. But whoever she did the show with, like, right after that, now, the lady that was interviewing her, she got another show on Bravo. You know, the shit that they be having all these reality and bubblegum shows on that consumes the masses a lot with the foolishness. And the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. Right. That's y'all. You know what I mean? I don't watch none of that shit. Apparently, they got a show on Bravo, and the lady that interviewed her before is now interviewing her again with her husband or boyfriend. I don't know if they married, but I know they sitting there together. He got the all black on with the little red, whatever they call them shits that the men wear, and she got on red. And Jessica is sitting there. Look like they in the mall or something talking, and they're supposed to be hooking her up with a high value guy, somebody that she wants, and somebody who Kevin Samuels says she wouldn't have because she was delusional and she should just settle for somebody on her level. And she was a $100,000 earner, businesswoman, 2 kids, I believe the same father. You know, I didn't go back and do the research. It's just off memory. Believe it's with the same father, so that's good, even though she wasn't with him. And her thing on the show was, she sounded like she was a fan of his. She like, I watch her show, I just want some advice. And he was like, well, you know, you can just call up on the bat line, like hit me on the bat line. You could get a personal private session, and I'll give you all the, you know, the critiquing and whatever advice that you're seeking. She didn't want to call up and get a personal session. She wanted to do it on that night, and this night was the smoke show night, the disagreement. And so they had their little back talk, you know what I mean? And so what she pretty much was saying is she wanted to get somebody that make X amount of money, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's another thing that people misconstrued about his show. He never said that you can't get it. He never said that it's wrong for you to think that you can get it. He said, go get what you think you could get. But are the results going to pan out to what you want? A lot of times you're not gonna get the results. And I think that's pretty much what people missed about his show. He never said, you know, don't want it. He said you can want it, but is it realistic? Are you going to get it? And the chances are you're not. So a year later, damn near 2 years later, she still ain't got no man, not the one that she want. She said she got a disflame. She said the word wrong, and I'm not going to drag her for that because I know on my show, pop up his TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. I fuck up some words too. Definitely not an English major. So she was like, I got a disdain. She said disdain. I got a disdain for black men. And I'm not mad at her for that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of swirling talk or the divesting. You know, I be learning shit on the internet. some of his foolishness and stuff that I never pay attention to is only till my attention is brought to it on the internet. And obviously with LeBron James' son going to the prom with the white joint, Snow Bunny. Obviously with Jamie Foxx with the Snow Bunny. Obviously with Malika Andrews from ESPN, NBA Today. She with the snow guy, you know what I mean, Snowman, which is allegedly David Miniman. I never really give a fuck about none of that. And I never was like, oh, shame them because they with a black guy as far as white women, or shame the black brother because he with a white girl, or shame the black sister because she with a white nigga. Who gives a fuck? You can fuck literally whoever you want. And you can fuck a million people if you want your body count that high. That never really, you know what I mean, floated my boat one way or another. So, you know, even though it's a war going on outside, no man is safe from, like, you know, it's the picture is painted or the narratives is spun in all of these little pockets and echo chambers. Some of them are in the manosphere and in the women's sphere, in my opinion. And I'm saying that unbiased because I'm not none of that shit. I don't claim to be manosphere, even though they have great points and I like a lot of their channels. And I'm definitely not the women's sphere, even though I fuck with the pink, Pink Pill Lessons and Crimson Cure. And who else I fuck with? It's another girl, I think her name is Star with an R. I like her and she's attractive. I like her channel too. But obviously I'm a man, so we gonna rock with what I mean. But anyway, with that being said, in a lot of these different spaces, if you go onto these sites and these channels, the other channels, you'll be like, damn, it's a lot of black women is mad that, you know, black men is dating out the race. And then if you go to the other channels, you'll be like, damn, a lot of these black men is mad that sisters is dating out the race. And I don't think it's that. I think maybe you have a little chatter boxes and chatty patties on Instagram and on Twitter and TikTok and all this shit. But overall, in the real life, I don't think I see that. And I don't think it's playing that big of a factor to me. Now, with that said, she got a lot of disdain for black men because black men was dragging her, talking about her looks, even though she did rate herself a 5 out of 10. She rated her own self that. So she was like, you know, black men was coming for her in the comments. And you know how the trolls is. These niggas is ruthless records. Like Eazy-E, rest in peace. You know what I mean? These niggas is ruthless records. Eazy-E. You know what I mean? They reckless when it comes to talking crazy on online under the comments. So I know that jabbed at her. But she said she sought out counseling. Well, she got therapy. Now she's better than ever. And they supposed to, you know what I mean? Hold on one second. Niggas is loud outside. Right under my window, talking crazy. We'll deal with the heat for a little minute. Niggas is too loud in the hood. She looking for still a 6-figure earner, which she's a 6-figure earner, so I don't knock that. I hope she find who she looking for. Let him be an Asian guy. Let him be a Mexican guy. You know what I mean? The thing is, you don't got nobody yet. Time is ticking. So how long did you seek therapy? How long did you go to counseling and work on yourself? You're still a mother, still a single mother too. And where's the results? Now, don't get me wrong. It takes time when you're trying to find somebody that's compatible with you. And for a lot of the women that call to show, it could take forever, and ever. And that's you. That's you, ladies, because it's the pickings is slim. The pickings is slim. I'ma just say that the pickings is slim, and I'm not knocking her again. I'm not trying to down her or none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not down her. I'm just saying.
And that's you.
And that's you. Like, you know what I mean? You can want what you want, but can you get it? If you can get it, why since that video, you don't have it yet? And then this is the other thing, right? For the man and the woman who gonna hook her up with somebody, and they should have, her friends should have told her, but maybe she don't got no real friends, right? Like real friends are hard to find. Because why would you go again on the show? Now I get it, this is the type of woman you are apparently. You want to go on the show, you want to look for validation, you want to call into these YouTubers, and you want to, you know what I mean, looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what I mean? And looking for love in all the wrong places.
And that's you.
And that's you. Why are you going to go on Bravo, another TV show, after millions of people seeing your video average at best, seeing you talking, like people calling her slow, and then other people like, how the fuck could she be slow when she running the business? And it's like, she may not be slow in business. She may be business savvy and can run a business, but she does sound a little slow. For even though when she was talking to him, and even when you see her talking with these two matchmakers, just her speech, her processing, it seems like she a little slow. And that's not to talk down about. That's just to say what it is. That's how I'm perceiving it, and I could be wrong. But sometimes perception is reality. Why go on another reality show on a dating show? That should tell you right there that it's going to be hard to find somebody that you want if you have to resort to going on a dating show, going on some Bravo reality TV show to look for a man. You can't find no man in the real life. Ain't no niggas checking for you. Now, again, on the Kevin Samuels show, she was saying that she had suitors and people was hollering at her, but she didn't want them. And he was like, well, why you don't want them? And she's like, because they, I always run into guys that's got less money than me, and it's always seems like they want to use me for my money, etc. So I can get it. Nobody want to feel like they being used. Nobody, men or women. You know what I mean? But men, we got to deal with that all the time. And the more money you have, you know what I mean, then chances are you don't know people's real intentions. If they really fucking with you for you, or they fucking with you because of the things that you can do for them and the positions you probably can place them. You know what I mean? Help them out. So they're a little kiss assy, they're a little yes manny. They doing stuff to appease you so you can keep looking out for them. So I get it, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? You know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right. I hope the best for her. I think going on Bravo TV was a bad look. To go on TV again, to subject yourself again to the trolls, to the outside world viewing you, critiquing you, judging you. You know what I mean? And it's going to be hard to find a man. Now let's talk about two men in particular, but one more trending now. That's my thoughts on her. I wish her nothing but the best. I hope she find love. I hope she get married. I hope she be happy because life is hard. Life is hard, and some people are never happy, no matter how much money they got. So anyway, this is what's trending in the news right now. When I did a story on Nick Cannon having babies, being making ladies single baby mothers, even though he got the money for it, and that's what like people was kind of like with him, even though he got dragged for the most part. People was like he got money, so the kids ain't gonna really want for nothing. If you didn't catch my thoughts and my stance was, yeah, you got the money, but can you really be a father to all your kids at one time when they all not living under the same roof? You're an entertainer, so you over here, you over there. Yeah, you can fly to one jet, you can fly on a jet plane to a basketball game, but then you back in London, you back in New York doing your show. Meanwhile, the kids is with the mother, or even a nanny, because you got the money for it, and daddy is just FaceTime. So that's like being locked up and on the visit and, putting your letters on the refrigerator with, the pictures of you and your son with the jail pose and, mommy, communicating to the child while you in jail. Like, daddy loves you, daddy's saying this. And, again, you're not locked up, Nick Cannon. So you can pick up the phone, you can fly them out for the weekend for a few days. But ultimately, you can't hug all your kids, good night at night. And that's not to say if you can't do that every night to your child, you're a bad father. I'm not saying that. When I'm saying the more kids you have, the more responsibility you have, the more protection. Again, even if you hire a security to watch your house at night, the ones you're not staying in, you can hire somebody to go with them to the basketball game. You can fly to the basketball game or fly them in. But you can't do that on a consistent basis, even though you have the money. You're not going to be there all the time is what I'm saying. And that brings me to this gentleman right here. So obviously it's the guy on that's been trending for the last 2 days. I think his name is Desmond. And the other nigga name is Desmond too. That's why I got 10 years later, because this ain't nothing new what we seeing with him. Let me go to my Instagram. My Google. All right, so for the first guy, this is nothing new. That's why people was all in the rage and all that. And we're going to get to the newer guy now. The newer guy, he got the record. He got 33 kids by 20 women. The other guy 10 years ago in 2012 from Tennessee, his name is the funny, they both got the same name. First name. His name is Desmond. His name is Desmond. Actually, they're not the same name. His name is Desmond. The other one name is Desmond or Desmond. But this guy right here, name is Desmond Hatchett, and he had 11 baby mothers, 30 kids out of Tennessee. And he was going to court. That's how, we caught wind of it. Obviously, we wouldn't know until it comes out in the public. So he got put on blast because he couldn't keep up with the child support. Some of his kids' mothers put him on child support, and they was raping you records, and it was like, we'll be raking you. Like, we're going to get you the Honda, the Civic, the rim's going to be clean, and that's all you get. So let's read a little bit about him first. So a Tennessee man who spent years sowing his royal oats, which we talk about a lot, is now suffering to pay for his offspring. At the age of 33, Desmond Hatchett made headlines for becoming the father to 30 kids with 11 different women. Memphis news station WREG reported the news of Hatchett appearing in court pleading to the judge for help with his child support payments of all 30 children. At the time of the report, his oldest child was 14 years old. His youngest children were toddlers. Hatchett was in court as early as 2009 for struggling to pay for 21 children at the time. He became quite popular in Knox County court system for the unfortunate situation. Assistant supervisor in the child support clerk's office, Melissa Gibson, stated, "Yes, we've got several cases with Mr. Hatchett," as reported by the Los Angeles Times. His lawyer, Keith Pope, stated in an interview that the children can't all be supported by Desmond, so the state of Tennessee has stepped in. Yeah, kid. Guesses and shit popping up while you going live. So it says, the children can't be all supported by Desmond, so the state of Tennessee has to step in. I have 4 kids in the same year twice. These niggas had 8 kids in 1 year. You can't make this shit up. But the next story is even crazier. But I just wanted to rewind and show y'all, like, no idea is original. It's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. What you base your happiness around: material, women, and mad paper. That means you inferior, non-major. It's a Nas reference off the Lost Tapes. Hatchett claims that all of the women he was involved with knew of his history of having many kids, or many children, they say. And so that's what we want to talk about as well when we get to the next story. Even though it's the same story, it's just different players. You know what I mean? Same chess pieces, it's different players. The thing is, do women take accountability? Should they get dragged like the other guys getting dragged? Because it's like, this is what's wrong with the black community. Woo, woo, woo. But it's like, okay, but it takes 2 people to fuck, right? Yeah, you can't fuck by yourself. You need 2 people to do that. Then after you do fuck and you come and you roar up inside her, you know what I mean? Shoot the club up, as they say. Somebody then, that somebody be a woman, and that's you. You have to decide whether you're going to have that baby or not. You know this nigga's a Pookie and Ray Ray. You know his status is less than stellar, and you still decide to have a baby?
And that's you.
And that's you, dumbass. Nobody told you to do that. So according to him, he could be lying his ass off. But according to him, they knew of his history of having kids. So once you say, as a woman, I'm just saying I'm not a woman, and that would be you. But if you meet a guy, he like, listen, I got 7 kids. Do you want to deal with that shit? Okay, say you think he handsome enough. 6 packs on swole, airport backs and chest. Like his airport back is looking crazy. Like mine, you know what I mean? And you like, this nigga could get it. He give off the big D energy. Okay, fuck him and leave. You don't gotta fuck him and then have his baby. Right, because that take 9 months. That take decision making. That says, damn, this nigga got 7 other kids by 3 baby mothers. Do I want to be the 4th future Nick Cannon, Kodak Black. Yeah, because the women that slept with these guys, they know what it's hitting for. They know what it's hitting for. It's not like they lied to them. Now, if you lied, then that's different. I can understand that. But Nick Cannon is not lying. Future is not lying. Kodak Black is not lying. So again, the women, you have to take the brunt of the responsibility. Oh, because that's your body and that's your choice. And you get to decide whether to carry or go to the clinic or plan B or whatever it is you're going to do. Now let's finish this story up so we can get to the next one, which is the real one. Authorities in Knox County, Tennessee reportedly claimed to take half of his monthly salary. Gibson also told the Los Angeles Times that Hatchett may be believed to have a record in Knox County for having the most children. The community has since been calling for Hatchett to be castrated or banned from having any more kids because, again, once you have kids that you cannot take care of, that you cannot be a father to and raise properly, they become menaces to society. They become the old dogs. And I feel sorry for your mother. And then you get killed in the store, you know what I mean? And then the tapes get sold for $59.99, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. Y'all know menace to society. I feel sorry for your mother. Yeah, you feel sorry for her dumb ass because she was out here in these streets wilding, having babies by Pookies and Ray Rays. And not the Russell Wilsons. Right. Not the nerdy, smarty, brainy niggas. You don't want to have the babies by them. You want the niggas that excite you because that gets the people going. Like, dun-dun, 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 dun, like ball so hard, motherfucker. Yeah, it gets the people going. And it gets the juices flowing. Now let's get to the most trending story with this guy with 33 kids. Because this shit is crazy. Like, this shit all the way crazy. I ain't gonna lie. So it's another dude. And the reason why I got his name close, because his name is Demon. So the other one was Desmond. His name is Demon. Ain't that crazy though? So similar. His last name is George. And he got 33 kids, and he went viral because he posted up this picture right here. You know what I mean? And it was only 26. It was only 26 kids here because 9 of his kids. It was 22 kids. 9 was missing. The reason why 9 was missing, it was 24. I'm stuck on math right now. 9 of his kids was missing, so 24 kids was in the photo. Because I guess some of the baby moms was embarrassed, and then he went on a whole tirade, and he went all out. Let's see if we can find the video. Let's see if we can find the video real quick. Because he was wilding. Here you go, right here.
That's 20 grand right now, cash. And I go to the bank, I'll shut you whole ass niggas down.
I'll shut you whole ass niggas down.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, baby mama's out. Yeah, don't think about that money because I'm broke. Remember that. I'm always tell you I'm broke. That's the very thing gonna come. I'm mad. I'm broke.
He walking around with 20 bandos though.
But motherfucker, I got 4 accounts, motherfucker.
Oh, he balling. He got 4 accounts.
And I keep that walk around money just in case I see something I want, I buy it.
Talk your talk, my nigga.
I buy it.
I buys it.
I buy what the fuck I want. I get what I want.
Okay.
But I always remember, I'm broke.
Oh, okay.
I am broke.
You broke.
Baby mamas, I am broke.
You're having babies, but you broke. Okay, now obviously the video was longer than that. This is just what they had. I just wanted to get the story. You know what I mean? So apparently he a truck driver. He walk around with 20 bandos, like, you know what I mean? My niggas in the bando. He got 4 accounts. He walk around with 20 bands. If he go to the bank and show the money that he got, he'll embarrass niggas. He got more money than niggas talking shit about him online. He don't got a weak pull-out game because he don't want to pull out. I said, okay, cool. So now the thing is this. His kids is small as fuck. He got kids that's newborns. He was holding 2, look like newborns, twins probably. Then he got the Tylers, his oldest son. If I'm not mistaken, this gentleman, his oldest son is 15. But he got 20 baby mothers. Now, he's a truck driver, so some women on Twitter, I went to the comments. You know me. I'm running through the comments to see what it's hitting for. Because he's a truck driver, it is possible that he's going to different states and doing all that and lying. He could be lying. You know what I mean? And not telling them that he got kids. But I don't think he's lying though, because the shirts that his kids had on was the legend and the legacy will live on. This is his oldest son right here, the one that's 15 or 14. You know what I mean? And he got the face like, damn it, man. You know what I mean? And his moms and all of them put the shit together. Let me see. These are the photos. Yeah, so this is a better. Let me see if I could do it like this. Yeah, this is a better photo. You got a lot of girls, a lot of little boys. They all small boys and girls. So the thing is this, right? Nick Cannon is rich. So somebody, a lot of the women was coming for him. Really no smoke. Matter of fact, let's go to a couple of the comments. Fuck it, let's go to a couple of the comments. Where's some of these comments at? Let's go. Where's that thread at, matter of fact? Oh, I gotta go back out. Let's read some of these replies. Oh, now he really is that episode of SUV. There's an old saying in Tennessee, it's okay, sis, he gotta gut it like a fish in the end of the episode. Whatever illness this is, Dr. Klein got that shit in real life. They just laughing about the season. Hold on, let me see something. These ain't the quotes I was looking at. Give me a second. Give me a second to get it back. Meanwhile, this lady's stressing. That's the grandma right there. So my thing is this, though. Nick Cannon, he got dragged. But at the end of the day, although he may not physically be able to be there, and I think that is a big part of fathering. You know what I mean? You have to mentor your kids, especially the males. You have to teach them to, you have to walk them down that path of going from boys to being men. The only way you can do that is by physically being there and making your presence be felt. And although, y'all a fan of the channel, y'all rock with the show, y'all know I don't have no kids, you know what I mean? But I help raise them. And some of the most bonding times with small boys, you know what I mean, was driving to school. You know what I mean? That 20-minute drive to school, picking them up from school, going to the movies, going to play ball, doing certain things with them, having those one-on-one conversations about life, being bullied, taking disappointment, learning how to react and direct your energy in a way that's going to be helpful and productive to you. That's essential. And that's coming from somebody that don't got no kids. And I know that because I'm a man. And I stand on certain principles and I move a certain way. And I'm proud of that. My point is, for the Nick Cannons, the Kodak Blacks, Futures, they got the money. This guy don't got the money. He think he got money. I got 4 accounts. Talking real braggadocious, sound real ignorant. You know what I mean? Sound real ignorant. And it do make you look bad. The only thing, and it's from a lot of perspective. Although he may have, what if he got $1 million? That still ain't enough. You know what I mean? And even if it is financial, you got more kids than Nick Cannon. You got more kids than Future. How are you going to be there for all of these kids? You see how young they is? So they're pretty much just living with the moms. You're not with all of them, you know what I mean, in a relationship. They just your baby mothers now. So, I was arguing with one of my male friends, you know what I mean, my homies and shit. And he was like, that's a blessing, because he got a lot of kids. And having kids is a blessing. If Allah bless you to, one, be a woman to be able to carry, because all women can't have kids. That's not a given just because you're a woman and you got a box. Don't mean you're going to have a child. So if you're blessed to have kids, even one, that is a blessing. All men can't have babies, just, you know what I mean? Or not physically, I mean, skeet, and shoot the club up and then the child comes. So if you can have kids, that's a blessing. Having them and raising them is two different things. The fact is, you can have them, and if y'all also a fan of the show, you know me, like, just because you can have, like, I seen a quote, it says, every child deserves a mother, but every mother doesn't deserve a child. Now you can insert that and say every child deserves parents, but every parents or every set of parents don't deserve no children, because we know it's some piece of shit as parents. A lot of them we know personally. They was our friends' mothers and deadbeat fathers and piece of shit ass daddies, etc. Right? And some of them may think, yeah, your mothers wasn't good. You know what I mean? And you may look at them like, no, they moms was better than my moms. I wish I had a daddy like, my man father who was always there. And I'm just speaking in general senses. Some of us have those thoughts and when we think back to our childhood. So those sentiments is true. Every child deserves parents, but all parents don't deserve no fucking kids. Seen one video Key showed me, I don't know if it was on TikTok or what it was on. Some lady having sex with her kids. So like little kids in the background while one little boy was on her humping. No lie. I wish I had the video. I'll put it up on the screen. Or maybe when I edit this video and take the live down and chop the video up, I'll include the video. Savagery. Straight savage. Straight don't give a fuck. Lady putting her kids in the oven. Little born babies. Daddies raping their little girls. Killing their little girls. So we know that every parent is not equipped to be a parent. And that brings me to this guy. Even though he's not the sole person to take the blame, because 20 women slept with this nigga. And again, you could sleep with him. Maybe he got the D. Maybe he got the vitamin D that they all need. It's like sunshine. When you throw it in the air, Harlem Nights reference, Lady Heroin, you throw it in the air, it's like sunshine. And you know these women that starve, crave for attention and good sex and all of them ain't coming and all that. You know what I mean? Like, what Kanye was that? You know, it ain't like the old days. Women want to come. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. You can have sex all day in America. Why are you having a baby by him? You number 20? That's crazy. He's not even the future. And I'm only bringing him future up, Kodak Black and Nick Cannon, because these are public figures. These are people in the public eye. We can recognize them. We know them. You know what I mean? Dirty soda and styrofoam. Spend a day to get my mind blown. You're going to dance the future. You're going to quote Kodak Black. This nigga here, if he don't get famous for this shit here, you don't know him at all. He's just another down south nigga. A no name, no face. Nobody gives a fuck. He only trending now because of his situation, and his dumb ass got on social media because it's all for sale. Like, get on social media and you attacking your critics because they looking at you like a clown, and you are a clown in my eyes. So again, back to the conversation about my man. All right, even Islamically, right? Because you can't marry all of these women in America. You can't marry all of them. Even if you marry one legally, like far as when I say legal, I mean the court system, going down to the local courts, courthouse, getting married, saying your vows. Then let's say you was Muslim, right? Because that's the only religion that I know that you can have more than one wife. And it's not against the law. It's the religion. Say you take your shahada. You still only could get 3 more. You only could get 3 more of these women. So the other 16 women are just baby mothers. They're just single mothers. That's what you're creating in different homes. And again, all these kids is young as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? They're babies. You can't be there for all of you. You on the road. I give it to you. You're working. Good for you, black man. You working. You got a good job, even though some people was trying to clown him like he don't make no money. No, truck drivers make money. Make no mistake about it. Fellas, don't think that's a job that's looked down upon. Go get your CDL if you like driving. Now, if you don't like driving state to state, sleeping at, checkpoints, no, not checkpoints, but like sleeping spots on the road, being tired, eating bullshit food, going to Applebee's and these stops and all that on the road, then don't take the job. But if you don't mind, on being on the road, going to different states and all that, they make good money. So that's a good job to have if that's what you want to do. Go get your CDL, young man. The point is, whether you got a good job or not, you can't, again, be there for all of them. It's impossible. It's impossible for you to be there in every house and every night when your kids want to see you before they go to bed. It's impossible. Only thing you can do is FaceTime them, like I said, and that's due to technology. So, okay, you can FaceTime all your kids, but what about when daddy, they want to smell you and be up under you and they want you to hold them? Little girls need to, boys need to see their dad. So unless you taking them, even in a joint custody situation, I know it got to be crazy. You don't got no mansion, so it's not like they all coming over. It's like Ghostface said, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't want to sleep with John. He peed the bed. Like, situation is just funky. It looks tacky, and it just looks bad. Now, granted, on the flip side, it shows that, yeah, men, the first story I read, he had 8 kids in 1 year. 8 kids in 1 year. It's amazing. Women can't do that. Y'all on the clock. Time's ticking. Time keeps on ticking. So you going to run the streets for hot girl summers, or you going to find a good dude, get married, have kids in wedlock, and then raise a family. a productive, cohesive unit. You know what I mean? With your kid's father, not just the baby father, but your husband. That's if you want to get married, because that's not for everybody. Everybody don't want to get married. But the thing is, y'all on a time limit. He 33, normally 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. When you start pushing 40, 41, if you ain't freeze your eggs, or you're not in tip-top shape, or you're not in Hollywood and you got money for them to do different procedures and try shit, then you're probably going to be asked out. Vivica Fox, you regret it, don't you? Right, I know you regret it. You wish you had kids. But you was focusing on your career, and you was an actress, and you get what you get. You know what I mean? And you try to tell younger women to follow your route, but on the back line, you ain't even learned to live with your regrets. That's a Jay-Z reference. First album. Got to learn to live with regrets. So I think the story is unfortunate, but you know, I was going to go to Twitter. I couldn't find the link for all of the comments, but a lot of the women was dragging him and calling him a bum, dumbass nigga, and he do fit the description of a lot of those things. But again, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to call a spade and a jackass. You got to give some of those 20 women who allowed this to happen, because, okay, you're not the first. Like LeBron James, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. This nigga went up to 7 championships that Miami was supposed to win. They only got 2 in 4 years. How are you the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 11th baby mother? And you know this shit. If he not lying, he don't look like he the type to lie. And look like the type that he bragging about. He want to, you know, beat the record. And I think that is the record. 33 kids. And obviously the other Desmond Hatcher nigga is number 2. And Nick Cannon and these other niggas is trying to catch up to them. How you have a baby, how you the 15th baby mother? That's what I want to know. Did he lie to you? And those are the ones that probably didn't want to be have their babies on camera out of embarrassment. And that's why he said that, like, y'all feel embarrassed, but I don't give a fuck, these my kids. I can understand that you feel embarrassed, because it's like, damn, I'm the 20th. You the last one? Like, you the last one, bitch, huh? Come on in, let me stick this baby in you, and you could be number 20. Cold as ice in these streets. It's lessons to be learned. And, you know, lastly, I'll say, because I ain't got no kid, always not, you know, the fear of not being there enough, you know, not living up. And that's not to say that is true. You know, a lot of our fears never come true. And I've been told was a good role model, a good mentor. You know, I did the best that I could do in the position I put myself in. But yeah, that's being a dad is one of the great gifts. You know what I mean? And if you were fortunate enough to be one, then you should reverence, you should revel in it, you should reference it, and you should do the best damn job you could. Like, never, you know what I mean, who wants to have kids to be a bad dad to them or a bad mom to them? You know what I mean? And we know women use kids, fathers get upset with the baby moms, and in fact, that's another video. I wish I saved the link. Did I save the link? I think I did. Let me see this shit. I think I did save the link real quick, and we're gonna get out of here with this. You know, I could go a little long on my show and shit sometimes, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see if I can find this shit real quick. This one was sad. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, bro. We living in the end game. We living in the end game. I hope I saved this shit. Yeah, this is it right here. This is it right here. Brother Shabbat.
Why, Daddy?
Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. Talk to your mama. Say everybody mama wanted no money. She told she wanted child support. And she think I'm gonna continue to do for y'all. Nah, that shit dead. Talk to your mama. Don't call me for nothing. Y'all don't even have to call me no more.
Y'all don't even gotta call me.
Talk to your mama. Not me. Deal with your mama.
Deal with your mother.
My friends
bring it back.
Why, Daddy?
Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. Talk to your mama. Say everybody mama wanted no money. She told she wanted child support.
Reason why your mama wanted more money. That shit dead. Don't call me for nothing. Matter of fact, y'all don't even gotta call me no more.
Years old, what's poppin'? Homie dead wrong.
He all the way dead wrong. Like, I seen that shit. That shit hurt me. Like, now, I ain't got no deal. I said, damn, you can hear it in the child's voice. Why, Daddy? He looked like a big boy. Some boys are big, but you know what we tell him. Don't stop acting like a punk. Stop acting like a pussy. You know what I mean? You got to be man. You got to be strong. But no, Boys gonna be boys, and we all human. So when you get cut, you going to hurt. When you get punched in your face, it's going to hurt. When a woman shit on you, it's going to hurt. When you hear hurtful things said to you as a child, as a male boy, duh, it's going to hurt. And people like to play, who hurt you? You know, like they're going to do something about it or they really care. They're just being funny, but they're not. This shit hurt me hard. Who wants to be a dad like that? And obviously in this case here, mother taking it for child support, probably taking more money, you know, and then asking for more money or however it goes. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to send the money that the court say I got to send. And that's it. Y'all don't got to call me. You don't got to ask me for guidance. You don't have to ask for my advice. You don't have to ask me for shit because I don't want nothing to do with y'all. It's just like Harlem Nights after Speaking to Sunshine. After the cop finished fucking Sunshine and pussy was so good, what did he do? He picked up the phone and said, honey, hey, whatever he said. All we remember is, honey, tell the kids I love them. I'm never coming home. This nigga told his wife, tell the kids I love them and I'm never coming home. Goodbye. Hung up for that black buns. You know what I mean? Some niggas feel like that. Like, I'm just going to pay what the court say I'm supposed to pay, and I don't want to deal with you. I never wanted the kid anyway, or whatever the kid. You a foul, nasty, dirty, low-down bitch. I'm mad that I even met you. But I'm going to pay this child support because that's what the courts say I got to do. Courts don't say I got to be there for my child. To raise him, to guide him, to help him be a man and tackle this crazy, crazy world. Sad. Truly sad. And, you know, for niggas like that, it's whack niggas in my book. But you know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.